According to U.S. military newspaper Stars and Stripes, as more journalists seek permission to accompany U.S. forces engaged in escalating military operations in Afghanistan, many of them could be vetted by a controversial Washington-based public relations firm contracted by the Pentagon to determine whether the journalist's past coverage has portrayed the U.S. military in a positive light. U.S. public affairs officials in Afghanistan told the newspaper that any reporter seeking to embed with U.S. forces is subject to a background profile by the Rendon Group, which gained notoriety in the run-up to the 2003 U.S. invasion of Iraq for its work helping to create the Iraqi National Congress. That group, funded by the CIA, furnished much of the false information about Iraq's supposed weapons of mass destruction used by the Bush administration to justify the invasion. The Rendon Group was also awarded multi-million-dollar contracts to publish post-invasion Iraqi newspapers widely regarded by Iraqis as U.S. propaganda. According to Rendon officials, their company now examines individual reporters' recent work and determines whether their coverage was positive, negative, or neutral compared to mission objectives. U.S. Army officials in Iraq engaged in a similar vetting practice 2 months ago when they barred a Stars and Stripes reporter from embedding with a unit of the 1st Cavalry Division because the report, quote, refused to highlight good news that military commanders wanted to emphasize. Professional groups representing journalists are decrying the Pentagon's screening of reporters. Amy Mitchell, Deputy Director for Pew Research Center's Project for Excellence in Journalism, said, quote, "That's the government doing things to put out the message they want to hear, and that's not the way journalism is meant to work in this country." Ron Martz, president of the Military Reporters and Editors Association, said, quote, "The whole concept of doing profiles on reporters who are going to embed with the military is alarming. It speaks to this whole issue of trying to shape the message, and that's not something the military should be involved with."